Shen Wenlang had dialed the number expecting excuses, but instead he was greeted by a soft, weak voice. Gao Tu apologized, saying he had just woken up. At first, Shen Wenlang wanted to scold him for his carelessness, but the moment he heard the tone of that voice, something inside him froze. His sharp words were swallowed back, replaced by a sneer to cover his sudden worry. He told Gao Tu that he seemed to be living quite comfortably while skipping work. But then the sound came, a fit of coughing, rough and breathless, echoing through the phone line. Each cough seemed to tear through the silence and land directly in Shen Wenlang's chest. His heart tightened instantly. Without thinking, his voice turned harsher, almost panicked, as he demanded to know what was wrong and why Gao Tu had not shown up to work. There was another pause, as though Gao Tu struggled to catch his breath before speaking again. He admitted he was sick, staying at the hospital. That one word, hospital, was enough to calm Shen Wenlang's racing thoughts for a moment. At least Gao Tu was not in that unsafe, crumbling apartment he called home. At least in a hospital, he was safer than in a place that could collapse at any moment. Still, worry pricked at him. His voice lowered, his words hesitant, as he asked if it was serious. Gao Tu coughed again before answering that it was not. Even then, he added a polite thank you, his voice carrying that same fragile softness. He asked if there was anything else, as if even while sick, he did not want to trouble anyone more than necessary. Shen Wenlang wanted so badly to ask what exactly was wrong, what kind of illness had left him sounding like that. The urge nearly broke through his carefully constructed walls, but pride and habit held him back. Instead, he masked his worry with harshness, telling Gao Tu that once he recovered, he must return to work immediately. He reminded him that the company did not exist to carry freeloaders, and that he should stop skipping shifts and asking for leave. The silence on the other end stretched long enough to sting. Then, finally, Gao Tu's quiet, obedient reply came. He agreed without protest, his voice subdued, his strength fading. And then the call ended. Yet for Shen Wenlang, the line going dead did not bring relief. Instead, his own hands were clammy, gripping the phone tighter than necessary. His heart still beat unevenly, heavy with a strange mix of agitation and unease. The words he had not said lingered in his throat, pressing against the silence he had created. He wanted to call back. He wanted to ask which hospital Gao Tu was in. He wanted to demand answers to the questions that burned at the edge of his lips. But hesitation paralyzed him. He knew the truth of that beater's life. Gao Tu was poor, too used to scraping by and sacrificing comfort to save even the smallest amount of money. If he was sick, he would likely choose the cheapest option available, even if it meant an unsafe hospital with questionable doctors. The thought twisted something deep inside Shen Wenlang. If Gao Tu refused proper care and something went wrong, he could actually lose him. The image formed in his mind so sharply it startled him. Gao Tu, gone, leaving only a cold body to be claimed. The very idea made Shen Wenlang's chest tighten painfully, his breath coming short as he sat with his phone in his hand, torn between his pride and his fear. He had told himself it was nothing, just an employee skipping work, just a worker making excuses. But why then did it feel like so much more? Why did it feel like losing Gao Tu would break something he could never fix? And still, he could not bring himself to call back.